let's do it. Turn that off.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
2, 3.
4.
Count off.
Yeah.
1,
2, 3, 4,
5.
6.
Hello, everyone. I want you all to pay very close attention because you're about into the world of one of the most perfect vacation spots that also doubles as a learning adventure. The Galapagos Islands are said to be the crown jewels of the natural world. The islands are located along the equator, but they manage to keep a perfect temperature year-round. Charles Darwin was so impacted by his visit to the Galapagos Islands in 1835 that he used his research to discover the process of evolution by natural selection. One of the facts that helped keep Charles Darwin's test subjects untouched by predators was the fact that the Galapagos Islands were formed by an underwater volcano. This meant that all of the animals and species that got to the island either got there by flying, by floating, or by swimming. There were no large predators to endanger the species because they could not get to the islands. The miles of beautiful beaches are covered in a variety of different colors of sand, such as black, red, and green. The waters around the islands are named some of the top dive locations in the world. If you are lucky while you are visiting, you will see Lonesome George, a Pinta Island tortoise, and according to TortoiseTrust.org, he is the rarest creature in the world. And this is George. When you visit Galapagos Islands, you are guaranteed to feel like you are stepping back into history before humans invaded the Earth. The Galapagos National Park and Marine Reserve cover 90% of the land surface and all of the surrounding waters, and this is what has helped to preserve the natural resources and wildlife. I hope that by the end of this presentation, you will know more about what the major industries are that fund the islands, the language and food of the people, as well as learning about the fearless wildlife that call the Galapagos Islands home. I challenge each and every one of you to add a trip to the Galapagos Islands to your bucket list.
There are about 20,000 inhabitants residing on the Galapagos Islands. The majority of the people live on the two main islands, which are pointed out here in this map, Santa Cruz and St. Cristobal. The island people are usually very friendly. They're very family-oriented. They consider the elderly as people of high esteem, and they will care for them in a very dignified way up until the day they die. This even includes that when they cannot take care of themselves, they will move them into their own homes. The main religion on the island is Catholic. Some are folk Catholic, which involves a lot of superstition, and some are Roman Catholic, which is a lot more traditional to what we know here in the States. Most of all children have very involved godparents. Although Catholicism is the main religion, you can also find just about any other one on the islands. According to GalapagosIsland.com, the working industry of the island has about 80% of the people working in the tourist industry, and the other 20% work in fishing. The fishing industry is a popular way to make a living. It has easy access for people, and they do not need to obtain education to do this. Education can be difficult to come by on the islands, and the mainland education is hard to get access to. Fishermen also must follow strict rules on the amount of fish they can catch and the places they can fish, because much of the island is considered national park. The other 80% of the working people, according to www.selectlatinamerica.com, work in the tourist industry. Of these people, most serve as crew members on the 100 or so vessels that transport tourists around the islands. Others may work on land-based tourist sites such as hotels and restaurants. On Port Ayora, there are about 500 people who were trained at Charles Darwin Research Station as naturalist guides. This job is considered to be one of the most prestigious jobs. To sum it up, tourist industry is the most important industry for the island of the Galapagos. It brings in $10 million a year for the islands. With 97% of the Galapagos Islands being designated as national park, they can only grow in the tourist industry as many want to come to view the beauty of the nature here. It continues to grow as immigrants seek to come here to make money also off of tourism.
Alongside with the remarkable industry and way of living on the islands, culture, including language and food, play a big role in the everyday lives of the people that call the Galapagos Islands home. The official language on the islands is Spanish, but Quechua, the French language of the Inca Empire, is spoken by the Indian population. English as a second language is spoken in all of the native visitor cities. Besides Spanish and English, 10 native languages are spoken on the islands. Galapagos Islands food is delicious. A variety of fish, lobster, crabs, and sea cucumber can be enjoyed in the major towns. The food here is incredibly diverse and is very similar to the food from Ecuador. Meats, potatoes, grains, vegetables, and fruits are common side dishes that are eaten along with the seafood. Popular foods are tree tomatoes, blackberries, guacamole, passion fruit, bananas, and papaya. The common price for a lunch or dinner is around $3. The meal would be composed of 2 dishes and a juice drink. The first dish would be a soup. The second one is composed generally of rice with fish or meat and then a salad. I have read on www.galapagos-islands-tourguide.com a popular dish in their culture is the ceviche, or shrimp marinated in butter and onions. If you go to that website, you can find out exactly how to make it and what the ingredients are. Amongst their marine life is the exotic sea cucumber. Sea cucumber is a traditional Galapagos Island food. It is an organism that lives in the bottom of the sea. The sea cucumber is about 5 inches long and is a dark brown or black color. According to the Japanese, the sea cucumber is one of the best aphrodisiacs. If you aren't a seafood lover, the island does have restaurants that offer pizza, hamburgers, and other American foods that you can enjoy. But if you are a seafood lover, you are in for a treat if and when you ever visit the Galapagos Islands.
Nearly half the birds and insects, a third of the plants, and 90% of the reptiles here exist nowhere else on Earth. The Galapagos is home to almost 2,000 species of wildlife. They cover the islands and inhabit much of the ocean surrounding them. The waters off the islands change during periods of the year. From June to November, the island is surrounded by a colder current, the Humboldt current. As the Humboldt current leaves the island, a warmer current pushes its way in, the Panama current. With this mixture of tropical waters with the rising nutrient-induced cold waters, it allows the islands to support a variety of marine wildlife. In the waters, you can find the island's green sea turtles. They spend most of their lives in the ocean, with the exception of females who come on shore to lay their eggs. These green sea turtles are exceptionally adapted for the islands because of how dark green their shells are. It is believed that these turtles are darker shades of green in order to keep their body temperatures up in the colder water of the island. Dolphins and whales are also abundant here. In the 19th century, when the main source of energy was whale oil, the Galapagos Islands were the center of whaling in the Pacific Ocean. Large sperm whales, orcas, the false killer whale, whale sharks, hammerhead sharks, and bottlenose dolphins can be seen around the islands on their migration routes. Other forms of marine wildlife are the scally-like-foot crabs, rays, California sea lions, seals, and a variety of other sharks. The skies of the islands also offer an abundance of wildlife. Here you can find the endangered blue-footed booby. These birds receive their names because of their bright blue color of their feet. Another well-known bird is the armistition. The islands might be best known for the work done by Charles Darwin in his publication of The Origin of Species, A Theory of Evolution by Natural Selection. Darwin came to this conclusion after visiting a number of finches, one from each island. After examination, he noticed that even though the birds were the same species, they each had different characteristics. Next, we have the Galapagos flamingo. These lovely creatures can be found in saltwater lagoons on the island. The only major predator of the island land animal is the Galapagos hawk. However, the most astonishing bird on the island would have to be the Galapagos penguin. These birds are the exact same as their colder cousins, but the Galapagos penguins are the only penguins who can survive in the warmer climates of the equator. It is truly a species all of its own. The rarest bird to inhabit the islands is the wave albatross. These animals spend a majority of their lives out at sea, only returning to land to nest. They cover the water and the air. Now we'll talk about a few of the land dwellers. On the islands you can find very few species, in part because of the fact that the islands are very warm and the animals that do survive here are mostly reptiles. There is the iguana and the water lizard. The most popular reptile, though, is the giant tortoise. The Galapagos Islands are actually named after these magnificent creatures. These creatures can grow up to be massive in size. The males can get up to 660 pounds, but the females are a lot smaller than that. When it comes to the knowledge of the animal's lifespan, it is not yet known. It is believed these creatures can live to be 100 years old or even 150. It was also discovered by sailors in the 18th century that these animals can go up to a year without any food or water. Another astonishing thing about these giant creatures is that like Darwin's finches, the tortoises also vary in appearance from island to island. There are 14 or 15 subspecies of these magnificent creatures, each which has adapted to life on their own islands. For more information about the wildlife of the Galapagos, please visit www.worldwildlife.org.
As you can tell from all the information provided, that the Galapagos Islands are a fascinating place, rightfully earning them the title Ground Jewels of the World. Their ideal location along the equator makes sure that the temperature there is perfect year-round, which will ensure that it'll be a great vacation spot where you'll be able to learn, explore, and have fun all at the same time. Home to thousands of birds, animals, and sea life, there's no guarantee of what you may encounter. You may even come back with pictures of some rare creatures. When tired of exploring, you can head on over to the miles of beautiful beaches in unusual colors like black, red, and green. It's not surprising that Charles Darwin conducted much research on the evolution of natural selection on the island. The variety of species and the beauty of the island probably caught his interest right away. According to UNESCO.com, the Galapagos Islands are designated as a World Heritage Site, as they're considered to be a living museum and showcase of evolution. The major industry on the island is tourism, and the locals are very welcoming. This will ensure that your vacation is not only exciting, but also comfortable. There's plenty of exotic food to be on the island to be tried, but if you prefer pizza and burgers, they have that as well. Language won't be an issue, as the locals do speak English. In a time we all experience paradise on earth and take a trip to the Galapagos Islands. If you have any questions, we'll be happy to answer them.
Yes, I was wondering where I could get the recipe that you recommended.
Go to www.galapagos-islands-tourguide.com and it will be there for you.
Okay.
You can get into our contact with the travel guide, and they have different packages that you can choose from to make your trip most memorable.
What is the most common in the Galapagos?
The most commonly spotted marine animal is actually the bottlenose dolphin, and the land animals is the giant tortoises.
How old is only?
Church is actually about 100 years old. Researchers are not him in 271, but they all say that he's in very good health. Thank you.
Oh my god. Oh, Did it work?
Oh yeah, I was up till 1 o'clock this morning.
You still see this? What's that?
Are you saving?
I'm gonna exit and come back. That's what I had to do yesterday.
Okay.
We y'all sleepy?
Fingers crossed.
Hey! Oh my gosh. Did I stay on the whole time? Or was it in and out?
That was fine. No, you were on the whole time.
Good.
Good.
I heard some echoes and noises, but other than that, I didn't see Nancy at all, but I saw everybody else.
Yeah.
We saw everybody. That's cool. Are you still recording?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Oh, I guess so.